Oh, hello. I'm back for more of my licensed game shenanigans, continuing my look at the video games based on Dr. Slump, the anime, or the manga, then anime, created by Akira Toriyama. It was a huge hit in Japan and around the world. It didn't come to the States, so it's really funny that I thought this would be a look at an obscure Japanese-only thing, but it turns out no, Dr. Slump is mega popular around most of the world, just not in my country, so I never even knew about this until I started researching for these games. So yeah, at this point, I've looked at the games from the 80s on various Japanese PCs and consoles. I looked at the LCD games from the 80s. I played the PS1 game in full, because that one was received a fan translation by Hilltop that was really good. And I still think that PS1 game is probably going to be the game to play. If you like Dr. Slump and you want a video game version of that PS1 game is it. Like, whether it's in Japanese or English or any other language, it was such a good game, and it was so simple and charming, like the manga and the anime. It was really charming and fun and of its time. So the visuals and the gameplay are limited by what they had available to them at the time, but still great. But now, as you can see up top, we're moving on to the next game that released like about a decade later on Nintendo DS, called, not uncreatively called, Dr. Slump, Arale-Chan. Hold on, what are the details about this release? It released in October of 2008, developed by Bitstep and published by Bandai Namco Games. So those are all the key people behind the release of this one. And, language barriers are always, I knew that was going to be a thing going in. I was always unsure about how far I'd get into these games if there were language barriers to overcome. And this game is, I guess, really the first one that's really been an issue, because the 80s games, there was one I could play, two of them I couldn't play. The LCD games aren't that complicated. They don't need to, you don't need to understand the language to get into them, except maybe to read the manual, which I did. Sometimes you have to do that with LCD games. But yeah, now with this DS game, we really come up against that, or I do, because yeah, the language barrier, it is a game where you have to talk to people, get missions, play mini games, understand menus, and I've translated some of that very clumsily. I'll show that in a second, but yeah, just know that. So there was a language barrier in this game, but then, and here's why I'm not going to do much in this game, because this is probably the biggest issue, bigger than the language barrier, is the gameplay barrier. Because the developers made choices in this game that are, just, I cannot believe. And it should be believable, because the era of the Wii and the DS saw a lot of developers implementing those unique controls in different ways to try to utilize the fact that, you have like a stylus and a touch screen. And it was to varying degrees of success. This game, frankly, has atrocious controls. They did not succeed. And it's because of that I'm not interested in getting too far into this game. So we'll look at it, as much as we can. We'll poke around at what is available, but I just know that I'm not going to get too deep into this. And frankly, and I should say also that the controls are not just because I'm emulating, which I will be emulating for the sake of this video, but I bought a copy, I played it on DS, and yeah, it's just not playable. It's not playable. The controls are just a really, really bad choice, as you're about to see. So there's that. Before we do that, what we're going to show next is, let's turn that off, turn this on. On the fandom site or fandom wiki for this game, we do have some art and some scanned images from the time that we can kind of go through. Which I cannot read, of course, because I don't read Japanese. I did consider that for this series. I was like, look, if you're looking at a Japanese series, maybe you should understand some of the language, but just, learning a whole language is not something I wanted to do just for these videos. So yeah, we're not going to be able to read this. But here's a cover of a magazine that looks like it featured the game. Here are a bunch of screenshots that you can see of what you run into. You can see the Gachan and his twinner there. That little robot kid that I haven't reached the point in the manga where that kid shows up, so I don't know who that is. Various characters like the coffee pot owner, what's her name? Aoi? Sakani's sister. Superman is in this. The police chief's in this. Nico-chan there in the toilet. Senbei there at the bottom of the screen. What else do we have? Yep, more screenshots. You can switch out costumes, it looks like, which I'm not going to get to do in this gameplay or in this video because it does require progression. It looks like among the costumes, there's the brunette Arale from the remake. And yeah, very obviously, most of the designs in this game are a callback to the 80s show. So I guess they felt like, let's acknowledge that there was a reboot in the 90s. Why not? And that's what that little brown-haired kid in the middle is. It's her reboot costume, her outfit. A bunch of the mechs that appear in this game. And Mashirito, he seems to be behind them all. I haven't reached the point in the manga where he's this big of a deal, but yeah, every game since after the 80s has made a big emphasis about like, oh yeah, Mashirito, he's like the arch villain, which I guess he becomes that, but from what I've seen so far, he's not that. Goku shows up in this game at some point because, of course, Akira Toriyama created Dr. Slump and then Dragon Ball, so they do share a lot. They do cross over as well throughout their histories. Or mainly, I guess, Arale showing up in Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball was obviously the more popular thing that people would know. So there's some of that. Here we have some close-ups on gameplay. You can see there a screenshot of Arale running, screenshot of the title screen, Senbei's house. I cannot tell whose house that is. I don't know who this giant guy is. No clue. There goes the mech. Looks like you're supposed to fight the mech in some way. You're juggling Akane, maybe? Very blurry screenshots at this point. I guess they're from the magazines. There goes the cops chasing Arale, the police chief, giant head guy, Superman, having just eaten a plum, it looks like. And it looks like that's it. Alright, so let's get rid of this screen. And let's switch over to the screen, which is... Hold on, let's restart this. Restart and pause it. I said pause it. Yeah, before we do that, let's look at other things. First of all, when I was looking for info, I did find this GameFAQs, Game FAQs forum, where people were talking about this game at the time of its release, 15 years ago, or a little over 15 years ago, 2009. But I like this person's review about the controls. Let's see here. This person writes, I have this game and the controls suck horribly. Yes, they do. Every time I drag or tap the touchscreen, she just moves a step forward and stops. Sometimes I can barely make her start running, but then she only moves in one direction, and then when I try to move in another direction, she stops again. Also, I can't figure out the world map. I just touch the button in the bottom right because I don't know what to do. Nothing makes sense. And this person's true to say this, and they're so right. Again, the controls in this game, and again, I'll say again, I confirmed this on the original hardware. It's just really bad to move the character. It's so bad. I hacked together a working solution for me in the emulator where, because I didn't want to have to like switch between the mouse and a keyboard and a gamepad. So I found a way to just have everything on the gamepad, but like it combines the emulation controls, and I use a program called Anti-Micro to map certain functions to the gamepad, and I found you'll see me moving around relatively easily. So with practice, I guess, like any video game, it's all possible, but the default controls of this game suck. I just like this review because I think they nailed it. But then, more helpfully, there was another forum thread on Game FAQs where somebody said, look, somebody posted not quite a walkthrough, but tips about like what each character in the game wants. So I'll link to all these things too in the description in case anybody's watching the video and is like, I want to play the DS game, how do I do it? this thread just really, I guess in terms of the language barrier, I guess this post really does clarify, like, look, here's a bunch of the characters you run into early on and what each of them might want from you. So it does help with understanding like what the objective is. Yeah, the key gameplay seems to be you're in the world of Penguin Village, you talk to people, they ask you to do stuff for them, or they have a problem and then you have to figure out the solution to their problem through various ways, and that's it. That's kind of the core part of the game. So yeah, I'm going to keep this open because it might be handy. But really, the reason I have this split screen approach is because of this. So I use the tool called Z-Translate to sort of automatically scan a screenshot, basically scan the game, capture a screenshot, and translate the text on there. So I've translated a bunch of stuff that I'll turn to this at various points so we can understand what people are saying as we're going through this game. Just be aware of that. Z-Translate is supposed to work a little more smoothly than this. I couldn't figure it out. So in the end, I'm like, look, I'll make it work. Well, like for example, we'll start with the title screen, which we're about to get to in a moment. All right, so I think that's it. Let's go. There we go. So now I'm using gamepad, which you can see. Well, I guess you can't see, but yeah, I'm controlling basically the mouse cursor with my gamepad. There's not much to translate here. You can see here on the right, the title screen is Dr. Slump, Arale-Chan, copyrights, year, etc., and touch to start, which is already in English. So very helpful. And then we're going to go ahead and do what the game says, and we're going to touch to start. Right there. Let's see. I think the bottom option is to continue a save file, so we're going to start a new game. That's another thing with all the games. Much like Spider-Man, in terms of adaptations, every game feels like they have to start from the Arale's origin. So we're always at the beginning of the story in all these games. They feel like they have to do that. Well, until the mobile games after this, but this game anyway, they decided, like, let's just retell the story again. Alright, so what is this character saying? So, morning has come to Penguin Village. Very simple. Alright, let's go ahead and tap through. Alright, what is this guy saying? He's saying, alright, it's done. I think this is introducing us to Senbei. Let's see what it says. Yep. A self-proclaimed genius inventor with a perverted personality. And that is very true. He's very much a pervert. Alright, then we have Arale saying Hoyoyo, which is like one of her catchphrases, her Arale-isms, as Toriyama describes it. Alright, go ahead. And then yeah, here we are introduced to Arale, a perfect, perfect girl-type robot. So I guess this is a shortened version of the origin, but yeah, it is still the very beginning. Yep, and then we have Senbei, who he's very into himself. He thinks he's a genius, so he says, I'm scared of my talent. Such a perfect android. We'll find out how perfect she is in a moment. And he says it was so easy to make. Mm-hmm. Yep. Then what? Alright, so Arale's calling him over, Professor. And then he's like, What? What you talking about? And she complains that she cannot fly. And then we have a classic Senbei freakout. The translation says, there's no particular need to fly. Very, very polite, very specific way to put that. And then Arale is making fun of him in some way. She says, Professor, my eyes have appeared, my eyes have appeared. What? What could that mean? That she can see? Maybe. Alright, then she says, huh? Here we go. Something longer. Hey, Professor, maybe my eyes are bad. Which is true. Yeah, her eyes don't work, so not so perfect. But also, here they don't get into it, but I think in the original, he didn't intend for her... No, sorry, that's the reboot. I'm getting all my versions of this story mixed up. In the reboot, he meant to build like an adult maid robot, but it turned out to be a little girl robot. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. The professor's face looks weird. Uh-huh. Right, so now he's going to test her eyesight. He says, what? That's not good. Alright, so Arale... Oh, I skipped this. So, he's asking her to look at the chart. What does it look like? This gets translated as tree. I have no idea if that's correct. Alright, then Senbei says... Hetu? No clue what that is. And then something longer. Then what is this? He points to a different thing. Oh. Oh. Again, very sloppy setup, but this is the best we can do. Alright, he says, what is this? And then what does she reply with? No, there's no translation for this character, whatever it is, so moving along. The next one is Ta. And then he freaks out again. This time what? Then now he's just yelling. He says, you're not saying that on purpose. So I guess he's accusing her of faking it. Okay, if she's faking it, then what? Even small children are playing this game. What does that mean? Okay, so this is so she's got bad eyesight, and this is the point where she gets her trademark giant glasses. Because she has bad eyeballs. So, alright, we go past that point. Then she says, oh my. And then she says she can see it clearly. So yeah, now she can see. And yeah, she looks at Senbei and she's like, oh, gorilla. One of the many jokes about how Senbei looks like a freak. To Arale, anyway. Or to most people. Or just making fun of him in general. And finally, we get to chapter 1. Arale-Chan is born. So I guess that gives us an idea of the structure of the game. Like it's probably various chapters one has to go through. Alright, so Arale-Chan is born. And then we move on to the tutorial. They say, let's learn the basics. So, how to move. So, there's a few tutorials, and these are pages straight out of the manual. And I did scan the manual, ran it through like OCR translation. It's not super helpful in terms of like really for the one thing you need, which is to understand like how to move. It's basically this. This is a page of the manual. Just know that. So this page they're explaining soon. I don't know what soon is. That's what that red or purple character is. Soon, tap once. Soon, tap twice. And then I guess it's like, then the third one, they call it just slide the stylus. So I don't know what that third purple character means, but it's probably like slide, stylus, tap, twice, stylus, slide. So that's the gist of what we're looking at here. All right, what's the next one? Explaining slowly walk in a certain direction, then walk in that direction. If you press WA repeatedly in a certain direction, you will run in that direction. If you press the soon repeatedly, you will dash. So they're trying to explain the controls, which, even with explanation, I don't think they're good. I think even if you could read Japanese, and once you got to the gameplay, I still think players would think like, what are you doing? Because this is real bad. Alright, this page says, how do you make sudden braking if you do it soon while moving? Well, soon is like a tap. So if you tap once, you stop. So if you start running, if you want to stop it, just tap once and then it cuts it off. If you slam into a building with a body dash, characters may appear from outside the walls or from inside the roof. That is true. This is how the part of the game is. You just smash into buildings and things happen. Alright, we'll get back to that. Alright, let's tap through there. Alright, you can talk to nearby characters by poking them. When you get close to a character, a talk mark will appear. So the story mark, it's that little exclamation inside the black bubble. Alright. So now we advance. This concludes the talking mark tutorial. And then, what's this saying? Would you like to start the big tutorial from the beginning? Alright, so do you want to start from the beginning? I think left one is yes, the right one is no. We're going to go with no. Here we go. So you have the world map, which is you get to by clicking on the pig in the bottom corner. We're not going to go there yet. We're going to click on other houses just so you can see what's going on with them. So, from what I've gathered... Oh, I should have translated this page. Maybe I did. Let's see. I don't recall having done this one, but we can check. Alright, so that's... Yep, most of this is the intro. We're way past all that. Yeah, it does not appear that I translated this. Actually, I think we could do it pretty quick, though. Let's bring up the special Z-Translate. It's not Z-Translate. It's something called VG-Translate, which lets you translate on the fly. We'll see what it gives us. So if you're on a page... now I'm just showing off this tool. If you're on at a screen like this, you want to translate on the fly, there's a button you can press, depending on how you map things. So here we go. Now we can actually see a translation as we go. A self-proclaimed genius inventor... Oh, it's just the character description. Okay. So getting back to this, it looks like you can just collect characters and objects related to like a certain place on the map. Like how this goes numbers 1 or 0 through 15. Pretty obvious who that is. It's definitely Goku. But that's it. That's what these houses are for. Each one you click on, it'll let you go through a bunch of different, like... Basically, as you meet characters and unlock things, you add to, like, the collection, I guess, of characters you have available. Let's click on this big house here. Pig-sama, Sun-sama, etc., etc. Pink Poop. These are all, like... I don't know, how do you describe these characters? They're characters in the manga and anime, but they're not like... They're like non-diegetic. They're like a Greek chorus. They're characters that kind of exist outside of the world and in the world, but they're commenting on the world and making jokes. And I can't describe it any better than that. Just you have to read the manga or watch the anime to understand it, but just yeah. Well, this character doesn't even speak, I don't think. It's just Pink Poop because that's Arale loves poking poop. That's why that's there. Let's click on this one. Oh, looks like we were already there. What other house can we go to? I guess we can go to all of these. Oh, image change. Oh, this is probably where you switch costume, which we have not unlocked any, so nothing to do there yet. Here we have the candy shop, and I have translated that one, so let's go in there. So yeah, welcome to the department store. The sales area is where we sell luggage bags, which I think are the little lunch bags that are right there. Okay, what next? So here they're explaining that you can buy these lunch bags by acquiring candy. Candy is like the currency in this world, so that's what I have to try to obtain. Well, a player has to obtain if they want to play naturally, but I'm not doing that. And it's also a surprise what's in the bag until you buy it. So, blind bags, basically. And then here, I think it just says, if you're ready to buy something. Let's see. Touch the bag and make your selection. And I think that's it. Yeah, pretty straightforward. It's just the shop. So that's what that was. Have we been in this house? That's definitely Yamabuki Sensei. And it looks like a bunch of other characters we would unlock later. So that's what that was. What else can we do? We can click on this alien ship. It looks like definitely Nico-chan, the Space King Pirate. Space Pirate King, whatever. It looks like, yeah, some aliens show up here. Is there anything else? That's it. So that's what the overworld is. Now we're actually going to go into gameplay. Alright, and this is where I will be using my hacked together control scheme. Because let me show you, like, here I'm using the mouse. And if I click, drag, click, drag, I can move through the world. The problem is, the rest of my controls are on a gamepad. So instead, I've hacked it together so I can move relatively easily if I go up the screen like this. So we can go through the world. There you go. So you just have to kind of have a rhythm going with sliding the stylus across the screen. Oh, you can pick up a coconut because check this out. Oh, stop. Stop. And if you want to move slowly, you have to kind of slowly drag. Alright, let's do this. So you can throw stuff at people, which is what I just did. And now I think I can pick him up. Or I can just laugh at him. Oh, I might be too far away. Let's scoot up a little bit. There it is. So... Oh. My bad. I clicked outside the screen. There we go. So I've picked somebody up. I think now I can hurl them? Actually, I don't know if I can hurl them. There it is. I don't know what that accomplished, but that's something you can do to be really annoying. Just throw people. Alright, well yeah, you can talk to people, you can move around the world. You can look at the world map and just kind of rotate it around like it's oh my god, I forgot the game series that has this world rotating feature. Mario Galaxy? Sure. That's not the game I had in mind, but it'll do. So there's that feature. Time progresses, and if the day ends before you finish your missions, you have to reset. It resets your progress. Basically, you have to start over the next day. So you'll see the sun slowly moving through the sky. So we can do that. All right, let's. Now I think we just have to find people. Oh no, you can rotate the camera. So it helps a little bit with orienting. Like in my case, I prefer to just kind of move toward the top of the screen and rotate the camera accordingly. Alright, we have to find... Oh! No! No! Alright. Yeah, that happens when I accidentally click on the edge of the screen here. Alright, let's see if we can talk to Miss Yamabuki-sensei. Alright, I think I did translate this conversation. Let's bring it up. Where is Yamabuki-sensei? Huh, there she is. Alright, so she's saying a good child is let's greet each other in good spirits. Which I don't know what that means. I think she's saying because I said hello, I'm being a good kid. Like, I guess I'll take it. I think here we're just saying hello. Let's see what it says. Arale just like it's like okay, sure. All right, and then teacher says, "What a good." I don't think "good boy" is the right translation. I think "what a good kid" or "what a good girl." That is a recurring theme of her personality. Is she likes people to say she's a good girl, or a good kid, I guess. Whatever. I don't know if the translations I got in the anime are correct, but yes, she always wants to be praised. She wants people to tell her she's being good. I think this is the introduction for her. Oh, it just says, I met some fun friends. Alright, this one's going to be about... So Yamabuki Midori... this keeps happening because her name is oh wait, that is her name, my bad. I was going to complain about how they married her to Senbei, but it has not happened yet in the story. So yes, she's Midori Yamabuki. I just, because of the anime, I know her as Yamabuki-sensei, because everyone calls her that. So, this part 1, I think, means it's just the first interaction you've had with this character, and they count them sometimes. So if I see her again, it'll be part 2, and it'll say something else. But yeah, she's the teacher in charge of the class, and that's it. So, there you go, we met somebody. Now let's go somewhere else. Oh, you know what? Well, let me find a tree. Is there one close by? There's not. I'll go find one. Come on, keep going. Ugh. Really annoying. So yeah, I don't... Like, recording on hardware would have been the worst. Alright, we have a coconut. Pick it up. No, I said pick it up. Pick it up. Do it. Alright, now we're gonna toss it at her. Just to continue to be annoying. Keep going. I think she was this way. The classroom. Oh, there we are. Okay, stop. Stop. Let's annoyingly creep toward her. And then let's... Can we chuck it? It looks like I could, right? There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted to... When you freak someone out, you make them poop. Just like real life, right? Let's pick that up. Pick it up. Ugh, move the camera. There we go, we picked it up. Can we throw it at her? Oh no, I dropped it. There we go, we picked it up. This is the most popular depiction of Arale, is wearing that outfit with that hat and holding a poop on a stick. In fact, the mobile games after this, I think that's like her primary weapon. Like every character will have a different weapon unique to them, and for Arale, it's holding the poop on a stick. Alright, let's go talk to someone else. Senbei, let's find him. Turn the camera a little bit. Let's go this way. Man, that laugh is like psychotic. Not psychotic, it's a freaky laugh. That's what I'm saying. Nobody in there. Oh, where is the house? Let's find the landmark. There it is. It's next to the coffee pot somewhere. So let's find the coffee pot. Nope, that's not what I wanted. It's the barber shop. He might be there. No, he's not there yet. Like there's a character there that'll show up eventually. It could be that different characters appear at different times of day. Let's keep an eye out for that. The other reason I barely play this on original hardware is I was pretty convinced that if I played a game like this with this many swipes, I would scratch up that screen real bad, and I was not interested in that. So this is definitely a DS screen ruining sort of game. Here you see my troubles. Like, I just want you to run. We cannot find the house. What's going on? No. There's the coffee pot. Hold on. That's the hospital? Alright, so there's the coffee pot. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Stop. There it is. Nope, found it. Finally. Let's hope Senbei is home. Yes, he is. It's a shame because I do like the elements we have here. I like the way she moves. I like the whole navigation. I like the fact that you can just knock into everything in the world, and they just kind of like bounce up and go back to normal. Like, that's funny. That's good. But the DS-based movement is awful. Alright, what did that accomplish? I have no idea what that accomplished. Let's talk. Nope, that's not what I intended. Wait, what happened? Now we moved it. Yeah. Again, I will not be playing this for too long, because it's just too annoying to deal with all this. Can we toss him? No? Does he go back to the house? Let's find out. He's gone. Okay, well, let's hope we can find somebody else. Somebody here? Nope. Where's the barbershop? That was one of the characters that did show up earlier. There we go. Ooh. Stop. That's not what I meant to do. Oh man, are we still recording? I might have accidentally canceled recording. Stop. I said stop running. Alright. Nope. Why are you... Oh, stop. That was interesting. I haven't spoken to the fox before, so let's go. She will not run up. There we go. Goodness. Goodness. Sound like a grandma. My goodness. Let's talk to this fox. We'll do some live translation with this guy. So, Encha, that's Arale's greeting, of course. which is like a shortened version of konnichiwa. She says encha. Actually, I should have just done this with every screen. This translation. Oh, I know why though. The reason I didn't always do this is sometimes the text doesn't appear properly. Here it did. So the fox is like, "Who the heck are you? What's up with you?" Yeah, the fox is like a trickster character. So she's doing like an imitation of him, I guess, to make fun of him. And then what does he say? I don't look like that. So let's see what it says for him. So yeah, see what I mean? Like here, sometimes the text is off the screen, so this translation process is also not great, because sometimes you can't read everything it says. I think she just said she just met some fun people again. Alright, a fox who is good at playing pranks and transforming. Well, that's his thing too. He transforms into other characters. That's it. Yeah, I think day one of this game, maybe even chapter 1, is just meeting everybody that you can meet. Alright, well, let's go back to the barbershop, which is where I was trying to go. Alright, is somebody in here? Does not look like it. Let's go over to the coffee shop. I guess this is what this does have that we didn't have back in the PS1 game, is everything's in the same map. The PS1 game has a lot of like loading between areas because they couldn't have it all in one space, which is also kind of annoying. So, you know, trade-offs. Alright, let's, nope, we're just going around the same places. Let's look for the barber shop. Oh, hold on, I did something. There's Yamabuki again, but I don't know that talking to her again is gonna give us anything. Let's see. Stop. Stop. Turn. Run. Or walk. Let's just creep toward the class. There we go. I think she's gonna say the same thing. Oh, this is new. So, hey, Arale-Chan, I hope you're always in good health. Okay. Oh my, you were taking... Oh, see, so that's the other thing. I think passage of time unlocks character interactions, but then meeting some characters will introduce new interactions with other characters like this, where she's remarking on the fact that you've met the fox character. Alright, good children, I have to love it? No. I don't know what that means. Is she saying I've been a good child for talking to the fox? I have no idea. Alright, now I really do want to find the barber shop, which I think is over there. Okay, make your way upward. Nope, nope. 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 That's the classroom again. That's the ticket booth. Let's go this way. Oh, I think it's almost sunset. There it is. Alright, let's slowly... Nope. Ah, they're gone. Let's go... Yeah, I don't know what it means when you get one of those big bops. Except, oh, interesting. So maybe I have to like really bash into a building to get people to show up. I hadn't thought about that. Alright, let's see if we can talk to this guy before the end of the day. Alright, his text I do have. Whatever. Let's do it live. See how it goes. So she's asking if there's something he can help with. I would say nope. She says, Encha, my name is Arale Norimaki. Yeah, I was trying to avoid this. I think live translation this way is just too cumbersome. The thing where you have to like pause and wait and then continue. So here he's wondering if Senbei had any siblings. This is probably the same message about meeting some fun friends. Yeah, same one. And then here we get the actual name and description. The owner of the Soramame barbershop, a former detective. Yeah, they'll joke with this character is he looks just like Clint Eastwood. Or like a caricature of Clint Eastwood. And that's it. So another character, met. What else can we do here? Let me try bashing into more buildings at high speed. Like the coffee pot. Let's see. Alright, now let's see if somebody shows up. Yep, there she is. Oh, there you go. We learned something. You have to bash into a building at high speed to get people to show up. Alright, so this is Aoi, I think. A-O-I, however you pronounce that. Let's see what she says. So, again, another surprise that Arale is supposed to be Senbei's younger sister, which is a lie. She's a robot. So she says her name again. Arale Senbei. Oh, this is remarking on the fact that their names are like jokes or puns about rice crackers or something. Yeah, you guys have such silly names. Now, in the original story, Senbei would be here as well. They go to the coffee pot together, but not in this game. Alright, same comment about some fun friends, and then we get her actual name. Aoi Wood Green? Akane's older sister who runs a coffee shop. Oh, so I bet the kids are all going to be at the school if I bash into it. Alright, let's see if I can accomplish that. Because the day is almost over. Where's that one building that looks like a prison? No, it can't be that one. Let's go that way. Nope, not that one. Did you hear the tings? There's also like, I bet if you bash into enough stuff you unlock something, but I have no idea what it would be. Let's go. Uh-oh, the sun's almost asleep. Where's the school? Or where's that building I'm looking for? We can talk to him. Let's see what he says. Yeah, I don't know if this is something I translated before. I see he's saying, listen. Listen to what? Greeting other students. Which we haven't done yet. We've met none of the kids. If you don't realize it's a robot, that's great. I guess if they don't realize she's a robot. And now she pops her head off, which is the classic Arale move to freak people out. She, like, because she's a robot, she can just pop it up. Alright, what is this comment here? Hello. Or hi. That's not good, that's bad. I don't know. I guess it would freak me out. If somebody looked human, and then they popped their head off, that would freak me out, yes. Before we started going around Penguin Village and saying hello, I think they're explaining, like, before you start talking to people, learn how to play the game. So we have one more tutorial. Alright, this one I did translate, so we won't go through one step at a time like that. Let's see. Tutorial number 2, that's right here. So, how to play. Alright, let's go there. Alright, this screen says, when Arale touches something that has fallen, she can grab it and carry it around, which we've already done. If you hit a character and shock them, you can pick them up and carry them. This one says, depending on the type of item, you may need to hold it with one hand or lift it with both hands. Littering. They call it littering. If you poke Arale, who is holding something in one hand, she will litter it right there. So they're telling you can drop it if you want to. Throwing. If you poke Arale, who is holding up an object in both hands, she will throw it into the sky. If you throw while moving, you can adjust the angle of the throw. I don't think I've done that yet. Well, try to aim. Throwing somebody. If you throw an object or character into the sky and it makes a hole, the sun will be startled and time will advance. This is a method that changes every day. Even after a while after the eyes appear, one round will end, the next day will begin. If you divide the moon, you can quickly get to the next day. Okay, so they're saying you can advance time. I guess if you want to end the day, you could speed things up. How to change characters. When you dash into a building, the character associated with the building will appear on the field. That's what I just learned, that you have to kind of crash into buildings to do that. Switch characters. You can remove a character from the field by shocking the character that appears, lifting it. Oh. So I didn't realize I was getting rid of people by throwing them the way I was. By repeating step 2, you can change the characters that appear on the field. Is there a limit on number of characters that are on the field or something? That's weird. Right. If you poke an empty-handed Arale, the message is, return to attachment and leave attachment will be displayed if you poke it. Oh, this is explaining that to quit from the map and go back to that overworld where you can click on other buildings, you have to tap on Arale, and then you get an option and you click yes, and it'll send you back out. So I did that. I've done that before. Alright, this concludes the tutorial. What does this say? Would you like to watch it again from the beginning? Nope. We're done. Alright, well, this day is pretty much done. Look at that sky. Let's see if we can find at least one more person. Again, where's that large building? Let's get some help. Large building, where did you go? I don't even see it here. What's going on? Huh, maybe it's because I already bashed it open? I mean, it's not there, so that's gotta be it. The reason she does that little noise is that's another one of her catchphrases where something she does a lot in the manga and the anime is she just runs with her arms out, like you've been seeing this whole time, and she yells that sound. Like keen, it's spelled K-I-N, but imagine in the comic if you were to write it, it would be K-I-I-I-I-I-N. Keen. So that's what that's about. If you don't already know. Did I talk to that dude? I think I've talked to everybody. I guess we could try to quit out of the map. Alright, so... oh no. Let's try it again. Whoa. Very dramatic landscape there at this time of day. Yeah, this building, what is that? It's gotta be the school. Because every other building... we've run into the house, the coffee pot, the booth, candy shop I don't even think is on the map. Yeah, I really don't know what else we could do. There we go. Let's crash into something else. There it is. Is it the school? It is. Yeah, it's the... no, it's not the school. What is that? It might be Yamabuki Sensei's apartment. It's gotta be it. I don't know what else. This is the school, for sure. Let's crash into it. Alright, well now it's nighttime. I guess we can talk to her again? Let's see what happens. No, it's the same thing. Alright, well, it's straight up nighttime. I was waiting for the day to end so we could see what happens, but nothing? Nothing is happening? How long have I been recording? I mean, yeah, we're basically at the hour. There's the moon. What is it? Okay, there we go. So we made it to the end of the day. What does that mean? So, I think this will just say that it's morning. Morning has come to Penguin Village. Yep. Ah, yeah, see, if you advance the day, you can get new story beats. Let's see what this is. Professor, what on earth are you doing? The new invention is absolutely amazing. That time skip... well, it's called a time skipper. I don't know what is going on here, but he's naming the thing, is what he's doing. And now he's freaking out. Why is he freaking out? Time slipper. I think he called it the time ripper, and she said time skipper. Oh yeah, look. So I guess he has one name, and Arale just mangled it. Long story short, I made a time machine. Yep, that's that's exactly what happens next in the story. Pretty bold move on Toriyama's part. He introduces the character, and then immediately is like, alright, now we're going to time travel back to the prehistoric age. I am a time traveler. Please refer to the guide. Wait, does that mean the manual? The person I will be working with is called Time-kun. Another dramatic senbei scene. Well then. Oh yeah, in the anime, every time he gets into this, every time he changes to this face, he gets a much deeper voice. So he would be like, well then, let's set off on our time travel. Something like that. Alright, what is Time-kun saying? Before that, we have to prepare for exercise. And he says, Garuru, whatever that means. Okay, I understand. I'll be right there, soon. Is this chapter 2? Chapter 2, The Great Adventure. Interesting. So the chapter advanced just because the day ended. And I think that's the whole point of day 1 of this game. I think we're going to stop here. But yeah, I think day 1 is learn the controls, learn how to talk to people, interact with the world in various ways, and then that prepares you for what I would assume is the actual story beats of the game. In fact, let's click on it just to see what happens after this. Use new items to explore different areas. Are we just back in the village? I don't think I have any candy. Nope, no candy. Apparently I unlocked some new characters. Let's see what it is. Oh yeah, Time-kun. So this is going to be Senbei and his inventions. What about this building? It's Arale. Arale again. Oh, new costume. Let's do that before I quit, actually. What was the costume changing place? Was it this? Ticket booth? There it is. Wait, it won't let me change. Yeah, like what are we doing? Yeah, it says image change, but I cannot do that. So I don't know what to tell you. Alright, well that's it. That's it for the Nintendo DS game Dr. Slump: Arale-Chan. It's a game with language barriers, and as you saw, there are gameplay barriers that just make this really tough. My convoluted translation scheme here, it's better than nothing. I think this having this tool Z-Translate really was helpful, but yeah, not the smoothest for actually playing this entire game. Although the instant translate, I think if you're patient, you know, you could just use that tool to like replace text as you go to kind of understand what's going on, but I won't be doing that in this video. So that's the end of this look at this game. Is there anything else to mention? I don't think so. So yeah, that's the end of this video. After this, I'll be playing the mobile games. Oh joy. Which, speaking of gameplay and language barriers, we'll run into more of those in the next video. But that's it for this one. So thanks for watching. Yeah, until the next video. I'll see you.